Hey guys, Crystal Thompson here for Makers Gonna Learn. Today we are creating some gorgeous nameplate settings for your Thanksgiving dinner. This is a super easy way to get everybody to sit where they're supposed to. For this, you're going to need, we're gonna flip over to this leaves pattern, and I have it already on my canvas. Let me show you where to find it. It's called the Fall Print Pattern Leaves, and it's super great because it already, if you want to print it, it already has some patterns. But if you don't want to print it, you could just bring it in as a cut file. So we're going to go back to the Cricut design space, and there it is. What we're going to do is we're going to make this smaller, and we're going to duplicate it. And the reason why is we're going to try to fit as many as we can onto our cardstock. So we're just going to duplicate these guys over and over, and then we're going to go ahead and cut it. Let me show you what it looks like when you have cut that cardstock. So I used some craft cardstock. So this is what it looks like. And once we've weeded out all the little patterns of leaves, look how pretty that is. We're going to be using this negative to actually create the background to the name. So we're going to go ahead and grab our leaves that we had cut out. Move this over. And we're going to be using several inks. We're going to be using some Ranger Tim Holtz Distress Oxides. And these inks are a different type of ink. They react with water. And so it makes them look really fun. Let me show you a close-up of what that looks like. See the different, it actually looks like a nice little leaf. So we're going to be using an assortment of colors. We're going to begin with Fire Brick Red. We're going to grab our ink blender. You can use, these are the actual ink blenders, but you can grab makeup brushes and they would work the same. So we're going to ink up these leaves that I have gotten from that craft cardstock. I'm going to clean off our ink. We're going to move on to the next one. And you can use one blender for all these colors. Just grab it and ink up your leaves. Look how fun that is. And you can create all sorts of shades for it. Let me clean that off. Let me grab, let me show you this peeled paint, which is a really dark green. Grab that color. And this is easy crafting. This is super fast. So when you're mass producing, the amount of leaves we cut is going to make like 20 name plates. All right, so we're going to grab our water brush because we are using Distress Oxides. It's going to react with the water. And we're going to flicker. And you're going to see those inks react with this water. Just watch it dry. Okay, let me show you. See? Okay, once you've done that to all of your leaves, we're going to set that aside and let me show you how we're going to create the actual nameplate and shape. So I'm going to bring back that iPad. All right, guys, while we let those leaves dry up, we're going to create the name tag. And this is super, super easy. We're just going to be using some of the rectangles from the design space. Let me show you how to do this. We're going to do the shapes. We're going to bring in a square. I just love rectangles, honestly. These are awesome. We're going to make it about 4 inches or so. For the purpose of this video, I'm just making it really large so you can see how to make this. We're going to go ahead and do layers. We're going to make this white and it's going to cut out. And this is a way to be able to make a ton of them depending on the size of cardstock that you're using. So if you're using a 12 by 12, you should be able to cut out about 4 to 5 of them. We're going to create another rectangle, and this is going to be a drawn rectangle. We're going to be using the fine point. We're going to come in, it's going to be a right, and it's going to be in black with a 0.4 tip. And there you have it. All you have to do now is come on in with your text. We're going to be using the Ray Dunn inspired, and you get this if you are a yearly member. And we're gonna do Sally, and we're gonna make that a little larger, and we're gonna just pop that in. So you're gonna have two layers. You're just gonna have the cutting, and then you're gonna have the drawing with your pen. So once that's done, let me move this out of the way. It's gonna look something like this. And I have already went ahead and folded it. And there you go. Now we're gonna go ahead and decorate it. We're gonna begin by using the negative part of our die cut, and this is gonna create a really pretty background. So we're gonna just try to get as many leaves as we can. And if you angle it, you'll be able to get a really neat pattern. We're gonna be using a light white brown shade. We're gonna be using Antique Linen. This is from Tim Holtz. You can use whatever you like. This is just what I have in my stash. We're gonna be using an ink blender. I'm gonna grab the color, and honestly, we wanna be pretty light with this. So we're just gonna tap to create the background. Okay. It's gonna grab all that. It's gonna mask. So you're kind of doing negative masking. If you watch any of our other videos on creating cards with some masking with your Cricut, now we're doing negative masking with the Cricut or die cutting machine. We're gonna remove that, and now you have this really pretty pattern. We're gonna grab our water brush and flick that over. Because this pen is not waterproof, you might have where it ruins a little bit of the name. Okay, now we're gonna come back in with our leaves. We're gonna grab some of these foam adhesive strips. We'll put them on the back, and we're just gonna stick them all over the card. And look how fun that turns out to be. Remove the backing. There is no rhyme or reason on how we're placing these. And I found about 5 is the correct number, depending on the size of your name tag there. And honestly, you could do these for Christmas too. You can do snowflakes and do negative die cuts with snowflakes. You could do the bunnies for like an Easter table. The possibilities are endless. And there you have it. You just stand that up, and you are ready for your perfect table setting. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial on making some Thanksgiving nameplate settings. Hope you've subscribed to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day.